Well, hey, gang, we're back for another Paranormal Highway Cryptid edition for Michigan. And these are very funny. And we've got a lot of challenging words for you, Al.
Oh my gosh, they can make my teeth fall out.
All right, well, here we go.
Michigan's Cryptids. The Cosmic Folds Paranormal Highway. We are in the end. And there's a dog.
I thought it was a cryptid coming to join us.
Okay. It is a cryptid. It is a cryptid. My little cryptid is nowhere near here. Speaking of my little cryptid, the Dogman. If Michigan has its own version of Bigfoot, it might just be the Dogman. According to local folklore, the creature was first reported in 1887 when lumberjacks in Wexford County claimed they had encountered a 7-foot-tall canine-like beast walking on 2 legs. Sounds like a werewolf to me. Witnesses describe stay off the moors. Witnesses describe glowing blue or amber eyes, the torso of a man, and a howl so unsettling that some compared it to a human scream. But over the years, stories spread across northern Michigan, especially around the Manistee National Forest. Some legends even claim the Dogman appears on a mysterious 10-year cycle tied to years, ending in the number 7. And for reasons known only to folklore, loud clapping is supposedly enough to send it packing.
Remember those ads? Remember in the 70s, those lights you could
I was
clap?
just thinking.
Yeah, clap on.
That's where they got the idea. Was from the Dogman inspired it. He needs a copyright claim.
Dude, get a lawyer, man. The legend received a second life in 1987 when a Michigan radio broadcast introduced Dogman to a new generation, turning a regional campfire story into one of the state's most famous cryptid tales. By 2013, the creature had become such a beloved part of northern Michigan culture that it inspired the Dogman Challenge, a fat bike race in Charlevoix. The concept was simple: ride a 2-mile loop for 2 hours, complete as many laps as possible, and the unofficial strategy was even simpler. Pedal like a 6-foot-tall Dogman was right behind you. Wow, whether the creature is real or not, it may be one of the few cryptids in America that can claim responsibility for improving cardiovascular fitness.
Did you write this?
I write everything that you see on these. God, I research it, I write it, then I use AI to make the images because there are no images. I just make this stuff up. This is what I do late at night in my Deborah cave.
Oh, man. Ooh, another dog-related tidbit. Totally off topic, but when you look at the stories about the Dogman in newspaper archives, the following story popped up in the December 29th, 1970 issue of the Muskegon Chronicle. Tokyo Associated Press. A hunting dog playing with his master's gun fired the weapon and injured the hunter seriously. Police shot himself.
It's not funny, but it is funny.
I'm just saying. Police said Susumu Saito, 27, was hunting doves in a nice paddy when the incident occurred. Wow. That'll teach you to feed that dog late.
Exactly. So anyway, it showed up. I thought it was worthy of mention. And here, our favorite, always.
Bigfoot. Look at that image.
Just kind of hanging over the deadfall there, looking at the dog. If the Michigan Dogman is the state's celebrity cryptid, Bigfoot might be its hardest working one. Reports have been coming out of Michigan's Upper Peninsula for decades, usually from remote forests where the trees are tall and the roads are few and cell service is more of a rumor than reality. Witnesses typically describe a large ape-like creature moving through the woods and Michigan, and typically describe a large ape-like creature moving through the woods. And Michigan remains one of the Midwest's more active Bigfoot reporting states. Whether that's because Bigfoot likes the scenery or simply appreciates having a few million acres of privacy remains an open question. One recent report came from Whitefish Point in Chippewa County on May 19, 2026. That's like 2 weeks ago. According to a witness who was walking with a Doberman near the Whitefish Lighthouse at dusk, the dog suddenly stopped, and so did something else. Near a large pile of driftwood along the shore, Lake Superior, the witness spotted a figure that ducked down when a flashlight was turned on, then briefly looked back up. The Doberman apparently decided this was an excellent time to leave. And promptly pulls its owner back towards the lighthouse. The pair then, and the witness's own words, got the hell out of there, making the story even more interesting. The same dog reportedly smelled something unusual earlier that day at nearby Barb's Beach and wanted absolutely nothing to do with it, whether it was Bigfoot, a bear, or simply the world's most convincing game of hide and seek. One thing is certain, the dog had already made a pit spot.
That comes from that BRF or BFRO net. So if you're looking for crazy Bigfoot stories, just go there, and those are these field reports that people make from all over. It's really awesome. It's got like this huge database of all these Bigfoot sightings, and then you get stories like this one in there.
That's cool.
It's pretty good.
Cool.
All right, this one's my favorite, and after this, we'll have a newspaper article that captures the feeling of it. Well, this is not my favorite. I take it back. It's my second favorite.
Well, let's talk about the Dewey Lake Monster then, shall we? All right. Long before monster hunters, television crews, and curious tourists arrived, locals around Dewey and the Sister Lakes area were already swapping stories about a giant, hairy creature roaming the swamps. And I swear it wasn't me. Known today as the Dewey Lake Monster, the beast was described as a towering biped, standing about 10 feet tall, roughly weighing about 500 pounds. According to local lore, it spent its time lurking along a 15-mile stretch of wetlands between Dowagiac, Sister Lakes, and Decatur. There's a Decatur here in Atlanta. In other words, if you were taking a peaceful stroll along the Michigan swamps, as one does, in the early 1960s, there was always the possibility that something very large might be taking an interest in you.
That's my experience in the bars around here. It's like,
I was going to say, really. All right. Everything changed, though, in the summer of 1964 when a series of sightings and alleged encounters turned the local legend into national news. Authorities investigated. Newspapers across the country picked up the story, and soon the area was swarming with monster hunters, thrill seekers, and curious visitors hoping to catch a glimpse of Michigan's answer to Bigfoot. Well, nobody ever managed to capture the creature. Imagine that. Investigators photographed footprints, made plaster casts, and sketched what witnesses claimed to have seen. The mystery remains unsolved to this day, making the Dewey Lake Monster one of Michigan's most famous cryptid celebrities and possibly the only swamp resident responsible for boosting local tourism without ever giving us
save the budget there. All right. Now this next one is a newspaper article that I was just crying reading it. So I thought it was worth. So you don't have to try to read the image there, but this was on the front page of the Herald Press.
No, I could read both. Let's start with the front page of the June 10th, 1964 issue of the Herald Press. Monster chases woman. Again, the Arizona bars. Sister Lakes, a monster described as 9 feet tall with eyes that glow in the dark. Reportedly chased a woman near Dewey Lake, which is the subject of an investigation Tuesday night by Cass County Sheriff's officers. Deputies were called to the Swisher Street area near the lake about 10 p.m. by Mrs. John Utrup, Route 6, Dowagiac. Mrs. Utrup told them the creature had been seen.
You sound like a youper.
Nice try, though. You get points there.
You're good.
Seen by many residents of the area. She told deputies that the animal had chased her one night when she was in her yard. She said she didn't look back, but could hear feet pounding and the ground shaking as she ran for the house. I don't know for sure what chased me, she said.
Okay, here's part 2.
From the front page again of the June 10th, 1964 issue of the Herald Press, residents in the area described the creature as standing about 9 feet tall, weighing about 500 pounds. And they said it has a furry body and a black leathery face. The eyes glow in the dark, they said. Deputies searched the area and found a track left by the animal, and it measured more than 3 inches across at the heel and 6 inches wide at the middle. That is a big foot. No identification could be made from the spoor. Residents of the area said the animal makes a cry like a goose honking. Sometimes it sounds like a baby crying. 2 completely unrelated sounds. Dogs in the area bark when the creature approaches, but will not give chase. Sounds like they're smarter than we are. Deputies plan to look for the creature this evening. I know, right? I hear a strange noise in my house. I'm out front. Oh, no. Whatever's in there obviously wants to be in there more than me right now.
Anyway, I was just dying over that. So you've got this great big huge 9 foot tall thing that weighs 500 pounds and it sounds like a goose or a what was it? Goose? Yes, goose honking.
Or a baby crying. Yeah.
Oh, it was just hilarious. Oh my God. That was a good one.
That was a good one. Ooh, the Waheela. That just sounded like it sounded. Most cryptids didn't it though? Right? Most cryptids ask you to believe. Well, actually, I don't think any cryptids have ever asked me anything personally, but okay. Most cryptids ask you to believe in something completely unknown. The Waheela takes a different approach. Imagine a wolf. Then imagine a wolf that somehow missed the memo about normal wolf size. Usually associated with the remote wilderness of Alaska and northern Canada, the Waheela is described as a massive wolf-like creature, so large that witnesses often insist it couldn't possibly be an ordinary animal. Unlike many cryptids, it isn't usually portrayed as supernatural. It's simply presented as a very large, very intimidating predator that may or may not have escaped scientific notice for an impressively long time, or it could have escaped from a lab owned by a mad scientist with pituitary growth serum. Anyway,
or if it's anything like our last show on organic promotions, Bill Gates made them.
Bill Gates and Anthony Fauci.
Yes.
Tell you what, while most Waheela reports come from the far north, occasional sightings have also been reported in Michigan's Upper Peninsula, a place that already has plenty of forests, snow, and lonely wilderness to support a good monster story. Witnesses describe a creature much larger than a normal wolf, roaming remote areas where few people venture. Of course, skeptics point out that the Upper Peninsula already contains perfectly respectable or regular-sized wolves. Believers encountered that if you ever encounter a wolf the size of a small horse, the distinction becomes very important. Fortunately, most reported Waheela sightings end the same way. The witness leaves with a great story, and the giant wolf leaves without introducing itself.
I used to live in the Upper Peninsula, and the people that lived there were all called Yoopers. UPers. And, the big thing that I always saw up there that scared the crap out of me, and it's very wooded up there, very snowy. It's, mosquitoes are the size of helicopters. It's like
Yeah.
these
Yeah.
huge owls up there I would see, and you're driving along and it's like 11 at night, trying, because everything was sort of remote and a long ways. And
Yeah.
they would always like come at the windshield, just, and you'd hope. I mean, one time I hit the brakes and then I went into a ditch and I had a Volkswagen Bug and there was so much snow that I had to like crawl out of this snowbank
Oh,
and then hope to
geez.
God and some guy showed up and the snow had completely buried my car in the ditch. It was like, it is. So to me, I can see those kind of huge wolves up there, especially if it's good hunting season. I mean,
Yeah.
that one's not out of the realm of possibility to me.
I had put a 74 Camaro in a ditch. One day I was driving, wasn't even my car, I was borrowing it. And I was driving up north. I was going to Vermont, and the steering wheel fell off.
Oh no! Oh my gosh!
So the steering wheel fell off, and I got it put back on, but it was stripped, so it wasn't doing nothing. So I hit the brake and slowly went over, and went into the ditch. And there was a shopping center about a mile ahead. I walked up there, and all I could find was a hardware store, an Ace hardware store, and Tim Hortons. I don't know. It was very little up there, so I was like, "Well, I gotta drive this car another 200 miles."
Oh no!
And I asked if there was an auto parts store anywhere, and then no, the nearest one was in like Hampshire. So I went back to the hardware store, and I bought a big pair of vice grips. I went back to the car, and I vice gripped the center, where the steering wheel goes, as tight as I could. Pulled the car out of the ditch, and I drove all the way with no steering wheel. And
Holy shit.
turns were fun. I don't know
Oh my God.
I don't know how I didn't get pulled over, because I passed a few cops grinning like an idiot holding the end of a vice grip.
That's pretty creative thinking, though.
Yeah, it really is.
Well, it was cold and it was snow, and I don't do well with cold even when there's a heater.
Oh yeah, and it would get so snowy up there. That and northern Wisconsin, both of those, and those wolves.
God,
I mean, they were scary sounding. Sometimes you would hear those.
Yeah, I lived in Vermont, in a hunting lodge, literally miles away from any other human being. Ooh, the stuff you hear at night coming out of them woods. No.
And so who knows? I mean, that one, the Dewey Lake monster, for all we know, could have been a bear chasing after. So because they just show up. I mean, they do appear too. So
I know.
just show up, open the door, start taking food out of the fridge. I mean, oh gosh. So that was the Waheela.
The Waheela.
Let's see.
Ooh, the Ogre of Seney.
Ooh,
I'm guessing Seney, but it could be Seney. But I'm gonna go with Seney. Seney.
I like it. It sounds better. I like Seney. Let's go with
Seney.
that. I've never been there.
Not every Michigan. If you're listening to me, put it in the comments if I got it right or wrong. Now, and for those of you, by the way, who are tracking the color of T-shirts I wear on these programs, I know tan was not on your bingo card, so kiss my ass. Not every Michigan cryptid gets the celebrity treatment enjoyed by the Dogman or Bigfoot. The Ogre of Seney is one of the state's lesser-known legends, a large, hairy humanoid said to roam the swamps, marshes, and remote wilderness surrounding the Seney National Wildlife Refuge. Someone Google that while I'm talking here. In Michigan's Upper Peninsula. Unlike some cryptids that generate national headlines, the ogre tends to appear in local folklore and campfire stories, quietly lurking in the background. A UP legend. I don't know where UP is.
Upper Peninsula of Michigan. And that's why people were called Yoopers. Yeah.
Yoopers. Ah, okay. Now, see, having never lived there, I had no way of knowing that.
Have you ever seen that movie Somewhere in Time that had Christopher Reeve in that?
I think.
Yeah,
so.
and that's where he fell in love with some woman in a picture, and then he like thought himself into time travel so he could be with her. Anyway, that was filmed at Mackinac Island, and so there's a bridge that connects the upper and lower peninsulas, and it's called the Mackinac Bridge. And I was driving that one time, and it scared the. I'm surprised I didn't have a heart attack. It was really windy. We're going over the lake. And kind of like sleet too, but it was so windy that it blew my windshield wipers off. And I was driving a Volkswagen Beetle on that thing, and the bridge was just swinging. Like, I thought I was going to flip off of there, and you couldn't see. So I had the window open, and I had my head out trying to see where I am. And it was like rush hour with all these people. Oh, it was so scary.
Oh my God.
But anyway, the lower part is like where Detroit and all that is. The upper peninsula, it's like hardly anybody lives there. It's very remote.
Yeah. I had my wipers go out on me on an old Cadillac I had. And it was pouring. I mean, it was like just unbelievable. It's like a deluge. And I'm driving down the road, and the windshield wipers go out. I'm like, okay. I open the window, stick my hat out. Still couldn't see because the rain was so heavy. And I just pulled over as first thing I could. And I'm thinking, what have I got in the trunk that I could fix this with? So,
did you still have your vice grip?
no, but I did have about 10 feet of rope. And I tied the rope on one of the bottom of the windshield wipers, like right about that far before it goes to where it snaps on. And I did one on the other. I ran it through the car, right into the window. I ran it through, and then out the other side and tied it to the other one. And I grabbed the rope and just went like that.
Son of a bitch.
For 75 miles.
Oh my
gosh. This is why I don't do used cars anymore.
Yeah.
Well, this was a classic, and I had it about 95% restored. It was a 68 Rosewood DeVille convertible. I paid $600 for it. And I put a lot more than that into it. And but like, what they say about restoring classic cars and trucks? They say that $10,000 will be the most fun $30,000 you've spent on $50,000.
Yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
So
but I did end up selling it to a museum up on Long Island, and I made a killing. But
good.
Still driving down the road doing that with the. And ever since then, to this day, I carry a 20-30 foot piece of rope in the back of my SUV or my truck or whatever I'm driving.
That's a good idea.
Because you never know. So anyway, in some ways, the setting let's get back to the Ogre of Seney. Okay. In some ways, the setting may be the star of the story. Seney's vast wetlands are filled with fog, dark waters, reeds, seemingly endless stretches of wilderness. It's the kind of place where every shadow looks suspicious, and every strange sound deserves at least a second look. Whether the Ogre of Seney, it's going to bug me until I look it up, is a real creature or simply a product of an eerie landscape and an active imagination, the legend remains a perfect reminder that some of Michigan's strangest stories are hiding in places where few people ever wander. Pressie! If Scotland has Nessie, Michigan has Pressie, the legendary lake monster said to lurk in the cold depths of Lake Superior. According to the stories, Pressie stretches an impressive 75 feet long and features a horse-like head because, of course, very sharp teeth, long neck, pectoral fins, and a well-like tail. Wow, reports of the creature date back, you ready for this? the late 1800s, when crews aboard 2 steamships near Copper Harbor claimed to spot something enormous moving through the water. Then, in 1897, a Detroit man who fell overboard near Duluth, Minnesota, reported an especially memorable encounter. This writing is perfect. He claimed that while underwater, Pressie wrapped around him and began squeezing. Fortunately for him, his shipmates pulled him aboard and reportedly saw the mysterious creature as well. Over the years, Pressie has continued to pop up in Lake Superior folklore, with additional sightings reported near Pictured Rocks in the 1930s and around Sugar Island in the 1960s. Skeptics point out that Lake Superior is home to some very large lake sturgeon. God, they're so ugly, sturgeon. Man, I can't even look at one and say, "Oh, I want to eat that."
That and muskies.
Sturgeon can exceed 7 feet long and weigh hundreds of pounds, and live well over a century. Believers, however, argue that a 7-foot fish and a 75-foot lake monster are not exactly the same thing. Whatever the truth may be, Pressie hasn't been seen in recent years. Then again, if you spent more than a century avoiding cameras in one of the largest freshwater lakes on Earth, you might be difficult to find too.
So there's your Loch Ness monster, Bove. It's in Michigan, in Lake Superior.
Well, yeah. Those sons of bitches are massive. I mean, I believe they're real.
Why not?
Exactly. Yeah, that is just a massive monster.
Well, and Lake Superior is kind of like an ocean in itself, and it's deep massive and cold, and so anything could be in there.
Yeah.
Okay, here's your pronunciation test.
The underwater panther, otherwise known as the Mishipeshu.
Hey, that's pretty good.
If Pressie is Michigan's answer to the Loch Ness monster, then you got me. Mishipeshu may be Lake Superior's answer to what if a giant cat decided to rule underwater? Known as the Ojibwe tradition as the underwater panther, Mishipeshu is a powerful horned water being associated with storms, whirlpools, deep water, and the rich copper deposits found around Lake Superior. Unlike many modern cryptids, Mishipeshu.
You're doing really well with this word. Congrats, you get an A.
Mishipeshu is not simply a monster story. It is one of the oldest and most culturally significant legendary beings connected to the Great Lakes, woven into traditions that long predate modern tales of Bigfoot, UFOs, and lake monsters. Modern descriptions sometimes compare Mishipeshu to a cross between a giant cat and the Loch Ness monster, and some stories claim it could attack boats or swimmers when angered. Me too. More imaginative theories have, they've even been suggested that it began as a government experiment gone wrong, though that idea is far less history behind it than the traditional stories. Whether viewed as a spiritual being, a legendary creature, or simply a symbol of Lake Superior's immense power, Mishipeshu serves as a reminder that the lake has always inspired the awe and caution. After all, when you're dealing with a body of water large enough to feel like an inland ocean, perhaps a giant underwater panther isn't the strangest explanation anyone has proposed.
I muted you temporarily, Bove. I think we're hearing your air conditioner, and I couldn't hear Al. So.
Oh no! I'm sorry.
That's no, that's no problem because it's hot. So, but
it's Arizona.
If you're muted, that's why.
Thank you.
Because I know they come in and out. I turn mine off too because it's like it just gets loud.
Mishipeshu.
All right.
Melon Heads.
wow, that one on the right by the tree looks like Putin.
No shit. Oh my god.
Oh god. Every state seems to have at least one cryptid that makes people stop and ask, wait, what? In Michigan, that honor may belong to the Melon Heads. According to local folklore near Saugatuck and the Felt Mansion, these mysterious beings are said to have small bodies, usually large bulbous heads. Depending on which version of the story you hear, they may be descendants of children connected to a nearby hospital, spirits haunting the area, or simply one of those strange legends that grows bigger, like the heads, every time it is told around a campfire.
Kind of like
Melon
fish
heads.
up there, same thing.
Oh man, Michigan isn't alone in claiming melon heads either. Similar stories have appeared in Ohio and Connecticut, where local legends tell of children who were allegedly subjected to bizarre experiments by a reclusive doctor living deep in the woods. According to the tale, the children eventually rebelled, burned down the doctor's home, and disappeared into the forest, where they continued to roam in search of human contact. Whether the melon heads are ghosts, cryptids, cautionary tales, or simply proof that people tell wonderfully weird stories when left unsupervised around a campfire, they remain one of the strangest stops on the Michigan Paranormal Highway.
That is too much. They look like melon heads. I want to thump them.
Yeah, that's funny. I'm looking at the picture now.
Oh man. Okay, so this next one is my favorite of all of them.
Oh, okay. The green squirrel of Amble. Look at
him.
him.
It's the green. Wow, that's nuts. Every state has a Bigfoot. Every state has a Bigfoot. Some have lake monsters, but only Michigan seems to have looked at those options and said, hey, let's make ours a giant green squirrel. According to local legends in Amble, witnesses have reported encounters with the putrid green squirrel, so enormous that it has been described the size of a car. As if that weren't memorable enough, the creature is also said to emit strange yelping sounds that echo through lonely corners of the night. Somewhere, ordinary squirrels are probably very embarrassed by all of this. Unlike Dogman, Bigfoot, or other cryptids that attract serious investigators, the green squirrel of Amble lives mostly in the realm of local folklore and wonderfully weird storytelling. Wow, putrid green squirrel. There are no famous expeditions searching for it, no television specials devoted to its habits, yet somehow that may make the legend even more charming. After all, if you were a giant green squirrel the size of a sedan hiding in a small Michigan town and avoiding publicity would probably be a smart career move.
I love that one because it's so unique. It's not like Bigfoot. I mean, they had a lot of Bigfoot variations there, but that one is hilarious.
Giant green squirrel. Well, from Dogman to the green squirrel, Michigan's cryptids are only the first stop on the Paranormal Highway. Like and subscribe for more, please. There'll be hauntings, strange lights, mysterious triangles, and folklore from across Michigan and beyond. So please, like and subscribe, and we'll see you
in the fold.
In the fold.
Oh, awesome. So what did you think about Michigan?
I think Michigan's fucked up.
I think Michigan is fucked up too, but in the most delightful ways.
Right?
A green fucking squirrel, melon heads. I mean, come on.
Well, then that thing that sounds like a goose chasing after that lady. Well, it's so dark and cold up there that they probably come up, that's where they come up with these really good cryptids, I think.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I didn't like living way up there because it just, man, it would be dark by 3 p.m. and it's just cold. Yeah. And I mean, the summers, it wasn't that bad, but during the winter, it was miserable.
The summers, yeah. It's like summers in Vermont, the last 3 weeks.
Yeah. Except for the sun doesn't go down till like 10 or 11 at night, and it's just like, it just kind of messes with your rhythm, I guess. So, but yeah, that was. So I want to thank you guys for the reading of the
Thank
cryptids.
you.
Yeah, that was fun.
Yeah, I enjoyed this.
Yeah, it's always
It was
good to have
fun.
a few laughs. It is. And
Melon,
There is
cryptids are
some
an endless source
Funky
of
shit
them.
out there.
I can hear you.
Oh, yay! Big hugs for you.
Yeah, you look great, Day. You're all sparkly and happy.
Oh, I just got back from the pool.
Good for
There you go. There you
That's
go.
the way to do
It's
it.
my happy place, and in no gravity, nothing hurts.
Yeah.
There you go. And
Massive joint issues and several surgeries and disc problems, and so when I'm in water, I don't hurt. It's magical.
it's magical.
well,
If I
Al
can
was telling
figure out
us
how to
about
live
your
there, I will. Yes.
Al was telling us about your daughter having the appendectomy.
The night
Wow.
before, she thought so. She started feeling bad on Wednesday, and thought, food poisoning. Something's not right. And so her son is 8 months old, and she was like, "Oh, these first periods, maybe some cramps," and it just kept getting worse and worse. And then the fever and the other symptoms showed up, and she was like, "No, I need to be seen." And yeah, luckily, because it had already leaked when they got it, and they got it by the next morning. So if she hadn't gone that night, it would have been bad.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
It would have burst before they did anything. And once it does that and releases all those toxins, you are ill for quite a while. So
my little brother, when he was 9, it had burst, and I don't know if it seems like he was in the hospital for at least a month. Now I could be wrong on that, but he was in for a very long time because it was so toxic and all the pus and everything in his stomach.
If it bursts, that's infection running free reign in your body, your bloodstream, everywhere. And so, yeah, because hers leaked, it didn't burst, but there was a lot of pus, and that did leak. So she had to keep a drain. She's going to have to keep a drain until they feel confident. And also just waking up her bowels and being very cautious. Nothing but clear broths, a couple days. So no, the earliest she would get out would be Monday, but they said it could be as late as Wednesday. They just have to watch her. They have to watch her behaviors. How are you feeling? What's going on? Blood pressure, things like that.
Right.
Well, it's good you guys are there to take care of the kids. So
yeah,
that's
we were
good.
there. We got there at 8:30 in the morning on Friday. We left at 6.
We got home just a little before 7.
Oh, and we only came home because we left our dog here.
Yeah.
And she has to.
Oh, yeah.
And he had a cousin.
Oh my gosh.
So we go back now that she'll be kept. I'll probably stay a good portion of the week next week at her place. But I work online, thank God. I can still work and help, and we're all good.
It's all good. Well, good to see everybody. And I should have this probably up tonight or in the morning, so I'll let you guys know when it's up. Cool. And thanks for saying hi, Day. It's good to see you. And thanks as always to Al and Bove.
Earlier today, I love to socialize. Once you start talking to 7, I am so over life. I'm sorry. 7 is my short sleep time. It's just not.
So, well, anyway, we'll have this up soon, and just want to thank you all. Have a great weekend. All right. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thanks for cruising the Paranormal Highway with us, where the stories are real, pulled straight from newspaper archives, history blogs, and other sources that make you stop and say, wait, that actually happened? We take it state by state, uncovering ghosts, UFOs, strange creatures, and the occasional very polite house ghost. New episodes roll out every weekend, usually Saturday nights, depending on schedules, internet speeds, and whatever else might be lurking out there. And if you want more, join us Wednesday nights for High Strangeness Chat, with a live show on the first Wednesday of each month. So go ahead, like, subscribe, and we'll catch you on the next stretch of the Paranormal Highway.